Good morning, guys. We're back. We're good this time. So the original question that Heather had was about accessory work, and I have some things listed for accessory work, but I want to kind of put some things in perspective before we talk about accessories and what we can do in additional to the program. So we have you guys in this one big bucket here, right? And in this bucket are all you guys, all you athletes, and you're all at different levels. Some of you have skills, some of you have strength and skills, some of you have very good conditioning. We all have different levels in this bucket. What we're all trying to achieve, even Christy and I, what we're all trying to achieve is being this three-headed monster. As CrossFitters, we want to be the three-headed monster. We want to have strength, we want to have skills, and we want to have conditioning. We put those three things together, and we're a pretty solid CrossFit athlete. So that's our goal. Takes a long time to reach that goal. Some of us never reach that goal, but we're always trying to set goals to reach that goal. So, that being said, the elite athlete is the three-headed monster. They have great strength, they have great skills, they have good conditioning, and all they have to worry about is executing their plan. All right? The RX athlete has some holes in their fitness. They might not have elite level conditioning, they might not have elite level strength, but they're pretty far up there at a level just below being an elite level athlete. So the RX athlete is pretty close to being elite, but they have some holes in their fitness. The scaled athlete can do some RX workouts, right? So they're able to do some RX workouts, but in some instances with some Metcons, they either lack skills or they lack some of the conditioning or they lack some of the strength. So the scaled athlete is trying to reach RX status and trying to get a little better at their skills, maybe get a little bit stronger, and gain a little bit better conditioning. So the scaled athlete has a longer hill to climb or a steeper hill to climb in order to get to RX. The RX athlete, the hill's not as steep to become elite. It just takes some time to become elite. All right? So you guys are all in this bucket with all these different levels. So when we go back to Heather's original question about accessories, yes, accessories can be important, but you have to be able to prioritize. Number one, be realistic about what level you're on. And number two, prioritize what you're going to work on. You can't pick everything to work on. I can't work on my weaknesses, my skills, and my conditioning and get stronger all at the same time. We have to figure out what your true weaknesses are in order to program some accessories. That's why the accessory question can be a little bit complex because it's individual to everybody. So once we get and meet together a few sessions, we can kind of come up with some accessory work for you, individual accessory work. Most importantly, how much time are you willing to spend per week on that, right? Time is important. If we want to get better at things, we have to put time in, and we can't put time in once every 3 weeks. We have to be consistent with the amount of time that we put in working on our weaknesses, whether it be skills or strength or conditioning. Do we want to work on our weaknesses? Maybe I suck at thrusters. Maybe I want to get better at pull-ups. What's my weakness? We can identify some of those things, and we can program some accessories to work on those weaknesses. Do I want to get stronger? Strength is always important, but how strong do we have to be, right? That's another question. There are levels of strength, and the older we get, the more difficult it does get to get stronger. So we have to keep that in mind as well. I'm 55. I'm not PRing anymore. I have to maintain my strength. That's where I work on my strength work, just maintenance. I have to stay close to where I was, but I'll never be where I was. That's just an example. So age matters when we talk about strength. So that, what's that? And form, right? So getting better, getting stronger means squatting better. If my air squat gets better, my back squat will get better. So form is very important when dealing with strength as well. Do I want to work on mobility in my accessories? You know, maybe I'm in pain every day I wake up. So maybe part of my accessory work is a mobility program. Maybe it's injury prevention. Maybe I have some shoulder injuries or issues. So my accessory program might include some injury prevention. And then you have skills. You know, we all want to get better at the skills, handstand push-ups, bar muscle-ups, all the fun stuff. All the fun stuff is fun, but you really got to put in detailed, consistent work to really get better at the skills. So we look forward to working with you next week. One more thing, Christy's going to remind me.
With the accessories, you're not going to work on everything on the list.
No.
You're going to,
like I said,
pick the thing you need to work on most.
Right. So like I said earlier, we can't work on all these things. When we meet and we start going through our program, we'll be able to identify some of your weaknesses and then program some accessories. It's not going to be everything. We might pick a strength, we might pick a skill, we might say, you know, maybe we can work on your pull-ups, but it's going to be one thing, and you're going to focus on that one thing for your accessory program. It's not going to be all the things. All right? Look forward to seeing you next week, and have a great weekend.